Fuck Pete.
Why do you say
Just
that?
kidding, Pete. Just kidding, Pete. Love you. Love you.
I wonder how many of us have said, fuck Pete. Nah, just kidding. He's all right.
He probably says that about us as well.
Roll up to the club in my 1964 caddy, straight ready to stump. At 1:45, just looking for fun.
Dobra vetcha. Welcome to the GFL podcast. This week I've got the Ramdaddy. This is going to be an uncensored version of what we've been talking about. It's going to get nasty, I assume. Although he's a family man these days, he'll try to keep it PG-13 as much as possible. Ramos, how are you, man? It's great to see you.
Great. Family's healthy. Kids are healthy. Weather's a little shitty, but we needed the rain, so blessed. Everything's been well.
All right. You putting any seeds in the dirt back there?
No. Just trying to get grass. Really, everything's just kind of with the drought that we've been having. I mean, we put fertilizer down, nothing takes. It's rough out here in Texas.
You know what you got to do, Robert? You just got to throw in the towel, go to Home Depot, and get the sod.
Yeah. Either that or go to one of my neighborhoods and just steal some, like a pallet of grass.
There you go.
Steal some grass and steal some Mexicans to come put it down, huh?
You've got the connections. So anyway,
I don't think I'd have to steal them.
they're your friends.
Yeah.
Before I hit record here, you were telling me about your kids and their ages now. So I'm a little out of touch. Where are they at?
They're inside, probably giving the wife hell. She's trying to do some things, and they're not really cooperating. But we got a 1 and a month-year-old, 13 months. I hate to say that, but I'm that guy, 13-month-year-old. We got a 9-year-old. He's always on his phone. Bad idea to get him a cell phone so young, right? But if he's not on his phone, he's right up my, he's right on top of us, just asking questions that he knows the answer to. He's kind of picking at us, really. Got 2 16-year-olds. One's my nephew. We took him in, I think it was mid this year. So he's been with us for about, I'd say, half a year, give or take. And then, of course, my stepson, William, 16, goes to Eastview. He had a band competition yesterday. They went to regional and then got dusted.
Got dusted in band, huh? What instrument does he play?
He plays the tenor sax. I think he's also he's a multi-instrument kid, I guess you'd call it. Not sure what the band lingo is, but he self-taught everything, man. He learned super quick. He started off with an acoustic, went to bass, went to electric guitar. You name it, I'm pretty sure he can figure it out.
That's awesome. I'm sure he's good at other disciplines too, right? Like typically people that are really good at band and instruments and music in general, they're also very strong in math.
Yeah, I think it's more of his procrastination that really gets him. He doesn't really try to assert himself, at the time, and then just tries to play catch up, really. Like I said, super smart kid. He just doesn't apply himself when he needs to.
Yeah, that sounds like me and you.
Yeah, definitely.
But it works out, those people are the most interesting. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You put their back up against the wall and they'll figure something out and make it happen.
Yeah, definitely smart kid. He got a bright future ahead of him for sure. Yeah, I mean, well, a 13-month-year-old is crawling everywhere. He takes a few steps. He's getting pretty close to taking off on his own. Might even just get him a job.
Put him to work, man.
Yeah, got to.
I think if it's your kid, it's not illegal. It's not child enslavement.
Shouldn't be.
There should be a loophole there.
Yeah, I'll just keep him in the backyard. Maybe I'll put him to work
and toss around.
Yeah, put him to install the grass.
There you go. And the wife, she's good?
Yeah, wife is great. She's most of the time not very happy with me, of course, but
hey, that's her job.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes girls get mad at us and we have no idea what the problem is. It's like yesterday the life and the world was perfect, and now today you don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
I think it's anything and everything, really.
Yeah.
What can you do?
I don't know, man. Love them as much as you can.
Yeah, yeah, that works. So to tell you.
Well, it's good to see you, man. Yeah,
Good to see you.
I'm gonna see you in February when I come back to the States. It's gonna be a good trip. Gonna come spend some time in Jarrell. Quick
It'd be
update
nice
on
to
the
see you.
Be good to see you too, man. Quick update on the GFL. I had a chat with Commissioner Joseph Claypack. I should refrain and say the great Commissioner Claypack. He wants me to tell everybody here in the league that dues are due by Thanksgiving. He said only 3 people have paid so far. So just a quick reminder, get that money in. Pete is also going to be very on our butts to get that money in because it's probably going to go to him anyway. So I think he's like the vice treasury of the league. So we'll get that in. But Robert, I had some questions for you. So I've sent probably, if I had to estimate, let me think back here. If I had to estimate, I've probably sent about 50 Sid Beats dailies to the GFL chat. Some of them, some real bangers. Some of them not so much. But I wanted to ask you, which Sid Beats daily made it into your daily rotation? You probably still bang it to this day on the way to work, right?
Really, I can't recall one that actually stood out. Some of them some of them actually get played all the way through, and it's just like so many phone calls come in, so many text messages are going out throughout the time I'm listening to them. I really can't just like take it all in and keep it. You know what I mean? So
I
I mean,
understand.
I listen to them. I listen to them every now and then.
I wanted to refresh your memory and play one of the biggest bangers Sid Beats has ever dropped in the league. Okay?
Let's hear it. For some reason, I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Why can't I not hear it?
I don't know. That's a damn travesty. Must be my settings or something. I'll send it to you in a text. But
Yeah,
absolute banger. I will.
I'll have to check it out.
All right.
Yeah.
I sent it a while back, and it's awesome. At least in my opinion. But I know you guys hate most of those songs that I send. I'm gonna keep it rolling.
My bad. I'll be honest. I haven't really.
No, it's all good.
Even
it's just a joke anyway.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not looking for accolades here. It's just the songs that I like that I send in the league, and if you guys like them, cool. If not, I listen to them on repeat. All right, so I wanted to ask next question for you. So we've got about 10 teams in the league this year. I wanted to ask, who do you think has the best team name? And let me read them off to you. We've got the Big Buffalo brand. That's Cameron. He's stuck tried and true with that name for I think like 5 years now. Forever Hung, me and Joseph, new name coming in hot this year. Play on Words, which I believe is who is Bell. This? Aaron Bell.
I think that's Bell.
All right. Bass Cooker. Mother Tucker, of course.
Mother Tucker.
Broken Knees. Too Many Cooks in the Kitchen. I'm Feeling a Chub Coming On. Run CMC.
I kind of like that one. I'm Feeling a Chub Coming On. That's pretty crafty. I like that.
That's probably the only one that has 2 different players within the name. And then I would bring up Pete, but he just has fucking emojis for his team name, so I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah,
but
champion.
He's earned it. He's earned it.
Fuck Pete.
Why do you say that?
Just kidding, Pete. Love you.
I wonder how many of us have said "fuck Pete." Nah, just kidding. He's all right.
He probably says that about us as well.
Yeah, especially me. I love it. I can't get that guy to respond to me anymore. I've been trying to talk shit. He just refuses. He's retired. He hung up his shit talking boots.
It's been a while since I've seen Pedro.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. He's been quiet.
Yeah. And usually I'm quiet just because the amount of incoming calls, dude, it's like I'm working for my father-in-law in one aspect of, business. And then I'm working for the same company that I've been working for because I stopped traveling and win. So it's just nonstop, dude. It feels like at least 4 to 5 Mondays in a row until I really sit down and then turn everything off and it's Friday starts. You know what I mean? It's super busy. even with the housing market not being so great around here, the pricing just kind of has been up and down, up and down. And I mean, a lot of these builders are slowing down on their, their spec numbers, stuff that's not sold, but they're still making it. But I mean, nonstop. It feels like it's pretty good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, so the interest rates are now at 8%. So the buyers have dropped out of the market significantly, but you're saying the builders are still keeping up the same pace of building houses?
No, they've slowed down, but it feels like the amount of problems that come with just the numbers that we got seem to be just around the same. It just the the amount of numbers of addresses on the ground versus the amount of issues that come with each one, just because of the topography now that they're building in certain like areas that are used to be either farmland, you got soil issues, or it's like right along the river or on a hill, so you're dealing with rock all the time. It's there's always issues. And of course,
Gotcha.
I gotta deal with them. I'm dealing firsthand with these builders, right? So it's it's kind of challenging from time to time, but
What was
luckily
challenging?
most of them guys are really good people, so it makes it pretty easy to figure out solutions and whatnot.
That's cool, man. I know it sucks. Work sucks. It's hard, but
Yeah.
if it was easy, would it be even rewarding whatsoever? I don't think so.
No, it's part of it. It's a challenge, really. It keeps you on your toes, keeps you honest, and keeps you learning, really.
Yeah. Hey, are you in any other fantasy football leagues?
I am. I'm in two others. One with my cousin Ike. You remember Ike? You met him once.
Yeah, well, like,
Uh,
yeah, how's it?
yeah, I'm with him and his whole family. I also brought in a cousin of mine to their league as well because we were looking for extra players. I'm in another one with Jerry and his family, my cousin Jerry, and his
Yeah.
like employees, his business, and some of his friends as well.
Oh,
I'm
Jerry.
not doing so hot in the one with Jerry. It's a whole different platform. I can't even remember what it is. He just sent me the invite and I had to create a whole new account. So I was like, let's roll. That one's at
Yeah,
$100 a person, and I think we got at least I want to say 10 people with it.
that's
It's not
solid.
bad.
And how's the competition to like compare to those leagues versus the GFL? Would you say there's stronger competition in the GFL or pretty much the same?
Mm, I think it's person by person. Some people know what they're doing, some others don't really, and they're just there either on auto draft or just kind of picking big names and not really putting it all together. That's the trick, right? Is putting it all together, making sure you don't have too many players on one team and then it all sucks one week and then the next week you're better. It's just a lot of them don't know what they're really doing, or they really don't have a strategy to picking. So some of the guys do though. I mean, I think his name is Romero, Carmelinda's husband. You probably
Mhm.
heard of the name or know him. He knows what he's doing, so he's dusting everybody in that league, including myself.
Yeah, I might personally know that guy. I used to hang out with Romero through Mondo way back in the day. But I don't know if it's the
Yeah,
same guy.
it might be, might be.
Yeah, I think like, yeah, most leagues I would say they kind of follow that format. They have one person that really knows what they're doing, somebody that knows or at least follows the news and knows how to work the waivers. But in the GFL, to
Yeah,
me, it's different because there's like 10 of those guys, right? Or at least,
right,
8 to 10. And so it's a little
right.
difficult. Everybody's kind of watching the waiver like a hawk. And I remember when you first came in your first year, I wanted to ask, like, what was that like, right? Because you had been in other leagues previously, and then you jump in with everybody that takes it as seriously as the guys do in the GFL and are as skilled as they are. What was that
Um,
like? 'Cause it's a bit of a learning curve, right?
oh yeah, I'm definitely a different player from last year to this year. I mean, it's not even really a player; it's more of a manager at this point, right? You definitely learn because if not, then you stay at the very bottom of the loser bracket. I mean, I'll probably be there again this year, but I'll come back again next year, probably a little more rounded on my picking, right? A lot of the times I don't a lot for that draft time, and it's kind of like, oh, my phone's going off. It's time to look at who's available still, and like the people that I kind of flag or put as interested in usually go pretty damn quick. But first year, I'd say super like real rookie mentality. it felt like every week I was just getting my ass handed to me, but it was fun. It was a learning experience. This year my record's still not as good, but I mean, I thought some of the players that I'd picked were pretty solid. I definitely need to figure out the waiver thing. Still kind of new as it's only my second season. And before then, I'd only played like not really as serious because of the level of experience we have here at the GFL. I definitely wasn't ready for it, but getting better every season for sure. It feels like.
Well, first of all, big props from me. I love to hear you call it the GFL, Robert. I love to hear that. It's so efficient. You cut off a letter,
Yeah.
you save breath, it adds time, it extends your life. Good choice there. And by the way, you're not doing bad. You're 3-4. I mean, hell, what am I? 2-5? I'm like 2-5 or something. So you're beating pros here. But dude, you're 1 win away from 500. And if you stick around 500, one game above, you'll probably make the playoffs. So
yeah, I think I made playoffs last year. I barely made it to playoffs last year.
Yeah. And that Dallas defense for you doing pretty well, I think.
Yeah, they're hit and miss from time to time, especially with Diggs being gone. You know what I mean? It's kind of that dynamic is not there anymore. That threat back there is not really a big thing.
Yeah. Speaking of the Cowboys, break it down for me. So obviously I'm out of the American Union, if you will, these days. So I don't get to watch any NFL. Sometimes I watch some that thing on Sunday. What's it called? Red Zone. Almost forgot the damn name of Red Zone. How embarrassing. But what are the Cowboys doing? I see like Instagram posts. Oh, Dak sucks. Oh, Dak's great. Dak sucks. I have no idea. Break it down, like what's going on in the season for the Cowboys.
Dak seems to have issues in the red zone where it's most important, right? And now with I mean, Pollard's running game is strong. It's just not as strong as Zeke's was, right? And I think we really struggle with not having an inside receiver threat. If we had somebody quick that could either take a pitch or catch a quick in and out or some kind of quick slant, that would hurt a lot of teams, right? Because they're dropping in coverage and they're taking that deep ball away from Dak, which I don't think he really has one because he's never really taken shots down the field too much or really shown that he has that accuracy for downfield. I think it's more of the red zone that we struggle at. And I mean, you can't really rely on defense because they're not really putting up too many points a game. They're doing a hell of a damn good job, but it's just not enough. Dak is.
So do you think Dak
is our weak point?
Yeah, sorry, I was going to ask. Do you think Dak is the guy for Dallas, or like? Well, I don't even know his contract structure. I'm not privy to that. So do you think it's time to move on from Dak, or what's the deal?
Yeah. After this season, I think McCarthy should, or Jerry Jones, because he's the one mainly calls those shots, right? And I think Jerry Jones should probably consider either benching him or looking to trade him. I'm not sure really how that works with contracts being the way they are. I don't even know if they can get rid of him legally, to be honest with you.
Nah, there's always a way to get rid of him. Do you have anybody that you guys drafted that's a backup quarterback that's exciting? Maybe the fans are clamoring.
There was a backup that had a big name, but I mean, I think he was just really young. I think he's still there, but what is his name? Trey Lance. I think that's his name. And we really haven't given him enough playing time to see what he's really got because everybody still relies on Dak to be that man or show up one week or some week or hoping that he does eventually, and it never really happens.
Yeah. I mean, what I can vividly remember was when Dak took over the Cowboys. That was an incredible electric time when Romo was hurt on the sideline and Dak took over, and he just looked so freaking efficient. And
yep.
And then, what I remember is also I think it was the next season he played great. Maybe even the next season he played pretty good. And he was trying to get big money from the Cowboys and they just kept holding him off. And I think eventually he got it, but it seems like, he just doesn't have what it takes to get all the way over the line. I don't know. Some guys have it and some guys don't.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's the play calling, but from what I've heard, I don't know how true it is that McCarthy kind of gave him the green light to go ahead and change an audible as needed, but I don't know if it's either him making the wrong decision last minute or going against his gut feeling or what it is, but surely it's mental, right? It's a mental game. try to catch them off guard, really. And they're not really able to do that in the red zone. So we're not putting up the points that we need to secure a win or, getting a big enough lead in the first half because obviously we're not a second half team. Cowboys always struggled being a second half team.
And what's up with Zeke?
With the Pats, with the Patriots, he's been doing pretty good. I think he's at least scoring, if not having like a 100-yard game each week. I think he's at least scoring a touchdown.
So is it one of those things where they regret trading him?
No, I think it's just a whole different outfit over there with him. I think Belichick is probably one of the greats. He definitely is one of the greats of the NFL. I mean, he's going to go down with a big name like Madden. You know what I mean? Belichick just knows how to put it together with what he's got. And we don't have that at Dallas.
Fair enough. Well, I pray for you guys. For a long time, I bashed on the Cowboys because they just kept doing nothing at all. And the expectations were always sky high. And you guys would say Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, and nothing would ever happen. And I think you guys probably still say that.
Every year.
But now I just feel, Robert, now I just feel bad for you guys. Like, I don't know. I would pick another sport for a few years, see what happens. It's so crazy though, right? Like the Cowboys are worth more than any other sports franchise, and they just can't do anything 20 years straight. I think they won 2 playoff games in 20 years. Is that right?
That sounds pretty accurate.
That's incredible.
Still love them. It's like a love-hate thing. They upset me, and I still love them.
Well, just imagine when they get dominant again. It's going to be crazy in Dallas. And for you too, right?
Oh yeah.
All these years of misery, it's going to pay off eventually because that's how it works. Law of averages. Okay, let's go back to GFL. So when you did your draft this year, Robert, is there a player that you vividly remember passing up that you immediately regretted after like week 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, man. I had him at the top, and for some reason, I think I went with Bijan. Just going with the gut there, Texas native, or I don't even know if he's actually originally from Texas, but the fact that he did big things here at the University of Texas and who I follow, he just kind of caught my eye, and I just second guessed myself. And then here, surely, I mean, so they're bound to get hurt, right? They're running and putting their bodies out there every fucking week, and it's just something's bound to happen. They're about to run into a 300-pound guy on the other side of the line, and it's so risky. And I'm kind of glad I did go with Bijan because he's been pretty strong at Atlanta, I think. And here we are with Christian McCaffrey. I think he's done. I think he's done. He might be done for the rest of the season. I think we saw prime Christian McCaffrey already.
Yeah, he's gonna have big injuries. I suspect that he'll bounce back, right? He'll be fine in the long run. But
I think he'll be somewhat consistent, but not as electrifying as he's been, right?
Yeah. You're probably right. Anybody else that comes to mind?
No, not really. It was mainly just Christian McCaffrey. I don't know why I had my, sights set on that guy before the draft even started. I was like, I'm definitely going after him. He's going to make some big things happen this year. And I second guessed myself last minute, and I was like, yep, don't be Bijan.
Yeah, CMC is a cold ass honky.
Yeah, he is, dude. He is.
Yeah, but let's say you never know. You got to look to the end of the season and then look at the total points. CMC versus Bijan, see if you made the right call. It always hurts though when you pass up on a guy and first 4 weeks he's just going off, and you're like, damn it. And then let's say week 7 or something, he blows out his knee, and you're like, okay, that feels a little bit better.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
All right, so I'm sure you took a look at the standings already. You know where everybody is. Who are the 2 teams you think so far that will probably or have the best odds to make it to the championship?
Oh, you can never rule out. You can never really rule out Pete. This year, Stone is putting up some pretty good numbers. I think those are the 2 standouts for me, really. I think Cam was up there at one point, putting up some ridiculous numbers like on a weekly basis. But I think the 2 that stand out the most are Stone and Pete just because of his record.
Yeah, Pete wheels and deals. You can never count out Pete. He can make something happen late. He's really good at the waiver. Everybody knows this. We talk about it every week. Stone's in first place. Pete's in third place. We have Andrew in second place, but he himself thinks he's going to fall off. Even though I have to say this, last week on the pod, Andrew Sumner looked at the scoreboard because the games were live, and he said, wow, Forever Hung is kicking my ass. I'm definitely going to lose. And then I woke up the next day, and I was madder than a midget with a yo-yo because he blew us out by like freaking 30 points. And so, I don't know. I think
that's a similar situation I had when I played Andy. I was projected to beat him by like maybe 7 to 10 points. And I think Monday is whenever he just kind of pulled away and made me his bitch.
And also, when you talk to him, he likes to sandbag his own team. Like, he likes to give his team no credit. He drafted terribly. Yeah, that's, he's very political with it in a certain sense. But yeah, so Big Buffalo Brand, who you said was another team that was smoking early, he's down to 9th. He's just above me. So let's see. He can always pull it out, though. I mean, after all, he is the Big Buffalo Brand, not just the regular Buffalo Brand. He's got certain powers with that. Cool. All right, last question I have for you, Ramdaddy. Looking back to the good old Jarrell days, there's a lot of funny stories. We all have at least 5 in our back pocket, but like, when you think back in the day, it could be sophomore to senior year. What is one story that you still remember that, you have a beer and you bring it up and you walk through it, it cracks you up pretty hard?
I think it was the night that we had a big party over at Sweatner's place. And I mean, we had numerous amounts of people there. It was a good time until people started making some bad decisions and started smashing mailboxes. I apologize for that. I was a driver, did not partake in smashing of anything. But some of those mailboxes belonged to some of my, friends later on in life that I made right there in Jarrell. And it kind of put a bad name out there for me. But I think just the love of Jarrell people really kind of changed. I mean, the way I was going about, I guess my direction in life, really. It was good, a good experience. I love Jarrell.
I love Jarrell too. I think it was a very cool place to grow up.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't so much, it wasn't as fast paced as Georgetown, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah. I always wonder, like, had I gone to Georgetown with my troubled early youth stage, where would I be now? I probably would have gotten a lot more trouble than I did.
Yeah.
Too many opportunities to get in trouble.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, I know Jarrell, like I said, it kind of changed my direction in life. Just being around good people, really genuine people. And the amounts of parties that we had at the Sadat plantation was awesome. Great experience. I mean, we never really thought about, going too crazy or going too hard to where we crossed lines or, broke walls or anything like that. Just a good old time.
Yeah, just a good old field party. I miss those too. Those were a good time, man. It was really cool. We had people coming from like 4 or 5 different towns around Jarrell. They would all come to this one place and have a good time. And but then I got to say, the Georgetown guys, they would come and start fight after fight after fight, and I had to shut it down. I think it was like 3 weekends in a row they started a massive brawl for no reason. And freaking Georgetown, man.
Well, Georgetown.
Long time ago, though. Anything you want to announce on the pod? Any questions for me? I'll leave it to you, Ramos.
Not really any questions. I mean, I'm just loving being part of the GFL. It's great. It kind of keeps me in touch with the fellas, and it's come to be part of my life now. Love it. I don't know if the GFL hats looking in, or I really don't know how they look or how they fit. Didn't pay for one, but definitely interested. Are they snapback?
They're not. Yeah, they are snapback. Hold on a second. Let me grab mine.
I'm not really a snapback kind of guy. I'm more of like a stretch fit.
Yeah, no, I think they are snapbacks, if I'm not mistaken. Mine's over here though, so I'm not sure. But if you want one, just reach out to Joseph. He could probably order you a stretch fit in that size 27 or whatever you got.
Yeah, it's 30.
You got a big dog, pal.
Yes, sir.
That's why you're a great fullback. You could take that punishment.
XL helmet.
Atta boy. Well, grab you a cerveza. Enjoy the rest of the games. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you on
Yes,
another
sir. Thanks for having
podcast
me.
in the future.
All right, sir.
All right,
You
man.
have a good rest of your evening. I think it is over there. Yeah. Or morning.
Yeah. 7 p.m. here.
There you go. All right, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, man.
Good
You
to
got
see
it,
you,
buddy.
bro.
I'll see you later. Cheers, dude.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.